In this video, I'm playing a 5-point match against XG and analyzing it. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, so I can work on that. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. Again, I'm playing a 5-point match against XG on a P40 board. The XG board is made by Rain. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. I'm playing the black checkers at the top, at the bottom, excuse me, and XG the white checkers at the top. Here we go with the 6-2 standard split. 3-1, this is where you make the 5-point and don't hit. Okay, so 6-5, I could make that anchor and just bring one down. I don't want to run one and leave a blot. Double 5 is going to make the 3-point. Now it's a close race. 3-2. Okay, so I think I'll have to just play here. I mean, usually you don't want to strip the midpoint with two back, but these two are not all the way back. These are on the 18 points, so that's a lot closer. You have an awkward structure with two candlesticks or stacks right here. 6-5 is going to run one back checker. All right, 6-5. So this is going to be awkward. So I can bring two down. That's going to leave a lot of shots, but I can also do like that, put them on the bar, and take away a tempo. We'll see about the doubling decision. Yeah, I think with this, I may be able to take, because there are 1s, 4, 3, 5, 2, and 6, 5. So that's 6 numbers more than 11. It's 17 numbers. The other half of the time, okay, I guess, because I have this anchor. You have to be careful in gammonish positions at 508, 508, because a double gammon is a high gammon value because it gets you to Crawford. But this anchor is going to help. Realize I don't have the coordinate number, so let me add that there. Maybe I have to take, oh, there we go. Okay. So double 4 comes in, doesn't hit. Okay. So now I'm going to have to try to consolidate stuff. I'm not going to want to hit for sure. I'm just going to bring this. So now 1, 6, 3, and 5, 4 will hit. 6, 1 hits. 2, 6. So there's the 2, and the 6 I'll cover to at least have that block covered. Okay, can't come in. Now looking for a 2. And now I need a 1. Okay, so there's the double 1. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looking to attack. Okay, so that was good. There's the 1. And the 5, I think I just have to go here. But I'll also go here, which is a little bit better. And certainly I don't think I want to go there. So if I go here, now I need 6s to cover and 6s to come out. So I think this is a little better. It does give a few more shots. 5-1 doesn't come in. Okay, so now I have some cube leverage. The take point or redouble at 508, 508 is higher, but I don't think I'm there yet. Okay, so 6-5. It was a good thing I diversified those numbers. Okay, so now, am I ahead enough? Well, I'm not ahead in the right race. I don't think I can redouble yet. 6-5. So I can come around, or I can make the board. And if I do this, this is awkward. It leaves this blot 2 checkers here. If I do this, it makes the deeper point, but at least it's a 5-point board. So I may have a redouble soon if I'm able to bring these around. Try this one. Okay, 5-4 comes around. So now I need a 5-4 or 6-3 to hit. Double 3 doesn't hit. Down by 9, but I'm in a much better position now. So double 6 is completely forced here. Double 3 comes around with the 5-4. I'll come around. Now the race is pretty close. So I think I can afford to come in and get the crossover. Okay, so I missed, but it was a good racing roll. Okay, so now this is going to be a race. So let's see, I'm behind by 2 pips. I'm not going to double quite yet, of course. Double 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see. I'm up by 16 pips. Okay, but I have 4 checkers off to 6 checkers off. Um, so that's a 2-pip penalty. There's another penalty here, and there's a 2, 4, 6, 8-pip penalty. So 9 pips of a penalty uh, gives me 33. And then it's at 40. I think I have enough to redouble here. Okay. So now I'm ahead, 3 away, 5 away. Okay, 5, 3 makes the 3-point. Double 3 is going to step up and make the 10-point. 6, 3. So I can do something like this in safety. Does a lot of pressure there. I can also do this and split here, but that's a lot of attackers. Um, they also play really safe. That's too much. I think this one serves as somewhat of a distraction. For example, these ones that can be used to hit here are also useful here, like 2-1, 4-1, and 6-1 can make the 4-point. That's what white would rather do. Um, and what are the threes? And well, the sixes like 6-4, 6-2, and 6-1 can make this point. Okay, and then the threes like 3-2, 5-3 can make this point. So there's a lot of duplication here. Also, because this is stripped, if white has to play a 6 down to hit the midpoint is broken. I know there is the anchor on the 21, which is a little bit closer, but still, that would be a good thing. And if I'm hit loose, I have good 6s from the bar. So I think that's the play. Double, that's a score-based double. It's a comfortable take. 5-3 hits twice. Double 3 is a great roll. So that's that. And then I think I just make the blocking point, or I can play down here. Here, let's see. Basically, would I rather him hit off of the 12-point, 13-point, or the 21-point? I think I'd rather make this point. Okay. All right, so there's the 3-1. So one I'm going to hit and the step up. It's going to be hard to redouble anytime soon. So I can come out like that. I can also do the pick and pass. What else? I could stay inside. I don't really want to give him the initiative. Does have good 6s from the bar and some other attacking rolls, but taking away half the roll prevents it, takes away the initiative. Okay. 5-2 again. Okay, so now I can go 5 and then 2 there. Okay, 6-4. So I had good 6s from the bar. 5-4 attacks again. So there's the 4 and the 2. I want to do this, give them 6s and 1s, or I can go here. It's just 3s and those, but it does provide a big stack. It does disconnect these, but I think this is better because it spreads things out. I have more board coverage and I don't create that awful stack of 6 checkers on a 6-point. Okay. It's everything. 6-1. Double 6 comes around and makes the point. 4-3. Okay. 4-3 is a good roll. Keeping up the attack. So there's the anchor. That's going to save some gammons. Still a long way to go with all these checkers back. So with the 5, I don't think I want to understack. I want to do this. And this does lose more gammons, but the other way is terrible. Okay, so 5 and then slot the next point. 5, 4. Now that's not good. So the 3 is forced. The 3 is forced here. And I guess I don't want to leave a direct shot right now. Okay, so 6-2, I can come out with the 6 and play the 2 there and need to get something moving. Okay, so still have the anchor. 5 is forced, and the 2 I'll play there to minimize shots. 5 is forced. When you have only 1 that you can play, you must play the larger number. Okay, double 5 missed. 2-1. Okay, 1, 3, and then I think I'll safety this one. I don't want to get hit for a gammon. Really still trying to save the gammon here. 5, 4. Okay, so 5, 4. And what misses here? 2, 1. This one misses more. Here it is, 5, 4 miss. Yeah, the double 4 works. Here 6, 4 works. Just the 2, 1. Yeah, I think it's 2 numbers either way. Does double 4 work here? Yeah. Okay, 2, 1. And save the gammon. Okay. Now three-way, three-way. You want to double a little more aggressively to try to get to the Crawford game. 5, 4 is a good roll. Anchors, that saves a lot of gammons. 2, anchor, so 5, 3. I can make this point, but then it strips the 8 point, which I don't want to do. So I can play 5 and 4. That keeps a spare on each point. Slots the next point, makes that point. Double 4 is going to make 2 board points. Okay, so 4, 3, I'm able to hit and cover. Does leave 6s, but I have a 3-point board. Okay, I think this is the play. Okay, and now, do I have a double quite yet? I don't think so yet because I only have a 5-pip lead in the race. Don't have any blots I'm shooting at. I do have this to consolidate. I have a 3-point board, but there's an anchor here and there's a 3-point board on the other side. Even at the square, I think I need to take a roll. Okay, so 5, 2. Okay, now. Okay, so now I'm going to still need to roll, and that's a good roll. So I can go here and make the blocking play, or I can go here, here, or I can make the 5-point. I think this blocking point will have some value here. And I can go here. Yeah, this will block the big numbers. And then I might have a double here. So I'm up by 16 pips. Let's see. Yeah, this is about where you want to start doubling. And I think at three-way, double a little bit more aggressively. So double here. So take. Okay, so now with the 5, 3, I can clear here. And that's, oh, that leaves a direct 6. So I can also clear this one and just put a builder there. 6, 1's a good roll. Makes that point. So 2 and 1. This only leaves 6, 1. 5, 1's close. Okay, so here's the 5 and here's the 3. Alternatively, I can do 3. And then where's the best 5? Okay, it's the same. I think this one's the best. Okay, double 4 has to break the board. Okay, so now only up by 1 pip, and I can't really do anything. Here, I'm going to have to play behind with both like that. 4, 1, clear there. Double 2. Okay, so play here, and I can play here, or I can play here and make the 5 point. So they both have this in common. So what am I going to want to do next? I want to clear the next higher point. If I do this one, it'll be harder to clear because 2s and 3s are bad. But if I do this one, only 4s are bad. So I think this one's a better play. All right, double 2 is a great roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. I don't want to slot. I'll bring this up. It is a little awkward. I could do 1, 2, 3 like this, but I think I just need to do this. This is odd to have that checker there. It's gonna be awkward. Okay, so that was a good roll. I'm able to smooth out the distribution. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and I have some gammon chances here. That's no more gammons. Still possible. Not anymore. All right, 1 away, 3 away, Crawford. So this is where do this, and for money I could play like this, but and what is it? I don't need the gammon losses are not big, so I can afford to do the cross or even like this. This will probably win more games. Okay, 6-4. 5-4. So now it's a mutual holding game. Someone's got to roll big doubles, so I could do this or I could do this. This is a little awkward because I make these deep points, but it retains the midpoint. But this keeps a nice distribution, and still, I don't have this outfield control, but I have outfield control somewhat from here. This one is better. Okay, 5, 2. So 6, and then cover with the 3, or I can play all the way, but I'd like to have a stronger board. Okay, so now it's going to be awkward. So I'm not going to break that point. I can break this point and give only 11 shots. This gives 12 shots, but better distribution. I think that's worth it. Okay, 3-1, 4-1. Okay, so I'm going to play here in case I get a fly shot. I don't want to blot in the board. 6-4. I'm going to run around. Okay, so that was awkward. 6-1's a good roll. Okay, 2-1, 2, and I want to save the crossover. Probably, I'm pretty much buried in the race. So I'm going to want to slot this point. So if I go here, that'll give me 4s and 3s, but I might get a 4 shot there. So it might be better to go here, 5s and 2s here, and maybe 1s and 4s. So like, what does a 6-4, 5-4 do? That leaves a double shot. Yeah, so I'll have 1s and 4s and different numbers here. Okay. 5-1. Okay, looking for 3. Nope. Okay, so gammon losses are not big, so I can afford to do that. Okay, so missed. So that means I'll have the free drop. Okay, so now I'll probably drop here. That's not enough for a take. Okay, so now it's DMP, double match point. Okay, 5-3. Okay, double 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice, robust attacking position. 6-4 hits back. 6-5, it can't come in. So there's the 1, and I'll play here. I don't want to break the midpoint. Okay, so 5-4. So I'll just make this point. I could bring this down, but I think we need the point. Okay, 5 and 1. Double 6. So 1, 2, 3. And bring one down here. And I need to do something good, so that's reasonable. And then minimize blots. I'm ahead in the race. Trying to escape things. 6 is out. 3 plays safely. Okay, so 3, 2. Let's see what I can do. I can do this. This leaves 3s and 2s. Brings one out. I can alternatively play 3, 2, put one on the bar. Those 2s are duplicated, but I think I really need to get things going. I'm up by a lot in the race. 3, 2 points on head. 6, 1's a good roll. Okay. 6, 1. But here that leaves 3 numbers, 6, 5, and double 5 to hit. Okay, 4, 2. So play safe. So that leaves 6, 3, and 5, 4, and double 3. 5 numbers. 5, 4 hits. 3, 1. Okay. 4, 2. Can't come in. Now I'm looking for a 2. I'm going to come in with the 2. There. I'm going to have to stay back. Stay the 3 there. All right, so that's it. Now I'll analyze it. This is the most important thing about playing a match against XG for me, is to learn, because that's the whole point of playing against XG, to learn and improve. So I go through each play, the ones that I got right and that were clear. Just kind of go through those briefly. Have the arrows here. There we go. 6, 2 is a standard split, and the 6, 5, this is where you want to make the anchor and then come up. 3, 2 just come down. Now here, this is the one I didn't even consider, and that's one of the important things, is you want to make sure you see everything. Knew I had to leave a blot, but I could have done it like this, resulting in this position. That just leaves a single blot, and that would not have resulted in a doubling decision, I believe. So let's go to another. Okay, so let's say I played 11, 6, 8 to 1, and now it's the opponent's turn. Now it's a no double. Okay, so I'm going to be careful about that. Okay, double take. So I'm up by a pip. I do have this anchor, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blots. So that's what makes it a double. Let's see what happens if this is covered. Now it's not a double. That extra blot is big. And what if the blot is like over here? Does that make any difference? It's still a double. What if there's no blot here and that's just covered there? Yeah, so now it's not a double. So what would make it into a pass? What if this were distributed this way for better flexibility? Okay, that makes it stronger. And what if it were like this? Now it's getting stronger. Do this, let's see. What if it were like this? Now it's a pass. Okay, so these are the exercises I do to see what happens in terms of the effect of the position. The other thing I like to do is look at it at different scores. So we can see this one for money. It's a double, and there are a lot of gammons. So at the scores where gammons are big, like 5-way, 4-way, now it's going to be very strong. And yeah, look how much stronger it is here, because the gammon value on a 4 cube is high. Okay, so those are the scores. Let's say it's a 4-away, 2-away. Now it's a pass, because these extra gammons, 21% gammons, win the match perfectly, the gammon value becomes high. You can look at that in cube information, Control Alt K, and the gammon value on a 2 cube is 1.0 for the trailer. Okay. Then I had, go back to arrow here. 4-1, just consolidate here. And the 6-2, the 2 was forced and make a point. And then what happened here? Couldn't move. Double 1 was good. And the 5-1 slightly preferred this one. I guess it loses fewer gammons. Okay. Don't know about that one. That's fine. 6-5. Okay, and then 6-5, I made the point. Yeah, I didn't want to come around here. That's the one I was looking at. Double 6 was forced. 5-4 is there. 2-1, I could afford to come in. And then here it likes actually making the 4-point here. Yes, this semi gap with these may prove to be problematic. If I roll a 4 and then I roll a 4 again, I'm going to have to dump checkers deep. So after this one, don't have to worry about that. Okay, that's a good one to learn. And then 6-2. Then I rolled a double 5, and this was a redouble and a pass. So I think that's because the take point is higher. Let's look at it for money. Yeah, so here how big a difference it is for money. What happens is when you take this cube, you can always redouble to 8 and get full value of those 8 points. However, when you're here at 5 away and then you take and you own a 4 cube, if you redouble to 8, you're only going to get value for 5 out of those 8 points. 3 of those are overs. They're wasted. So you're not getting that. So that's why the take point is higher, partly because of the recube big that you lack, and partly because you don't want to let the opponent get to the Crawford game. So let's see. Take point. So yeah, the dead cube take point is elevated here for a redouble. Okay, for unlimited, it's 25%. At this score, it's elevated because it gets to the Crawford game. So you have to be careful there. Okay, then the next game. So the 5-4, after that, you have to bring 2 down. Then the 5-3 unstack. And then the 6-3 come out. And this was a double. And this turned out to be a pass. So look at this. So what happens here is there's this anchor, but it's very dangerous here because white's winning 66% of the time with 25% gammons, and a double gammon would get to the Crawford game. So you have to be careful there. Here, there is the anchor here. I have a 2-point board against a 2-point board, and we both have 2 back, but this is an anchor. I don't have an anchor, and white has more checkers in the zone. So here I can be hit with 6s, 3s, and 1s, and then other numbers can play here. So let's look at the dice distribution. So this shows the partial market losing first rolls. So let me see if I can show them here. Yeah, so like here, if it's double 6, basically hits both points on head, and that's huge equity swing. Okay. And then double 3 will hit and make the 4-point. And there are a lot of these, like double 1 will hit and make the point. 6-1 will point on head. 3-1 will point on head. So those are really bad, basically, anytime I get hit. There are also numbers that hit twice, like 6-4, 6-5, 4-3. All these numbers, those are really bad. And then in terms of second rolls, if I roll like 6s and 5s, especially if I'm hit, that's really bad. Okay, and this is their plotted here. So you see double five, 6-5, double six are really bad, especially because I'm very likely to be hit. You go back and look at all these sequences that hit. The only roll that doesn't hit is 5-2. So that's important to understand. And this one is a two-roll dice distribution. So this is a complicated slide, but this shows all the market losers. So at the top are all of the opponent's rolls, in this case white, from double one through double six at the top, and an average row at the bottom. On the left are my subsequent rolls from double one all the way to double six, and an average column at the right. And the way the color coding works here is if the equity after the sequence is one or greater, it's a market losing sequence. So that will be colored white to blue. The darker the blue, the more you lose your market. If it's anything less than one, it's a non-market losing sequence, and that's red. So for example, the cell in the upper right is the equity after white rolls a double one and then I roll a double one. And you see that it's white, it's a faint white, so it's a bear market loser. And this is 2-1 followed by a double one and so forth. So this shows all the 1296. So you see the double six is huge. You know, that's a big market losing sequence. And you can see when I roll 6-5, double five, or double six here, these are really bad because I'm likely to be hit, except after like 5-2, which is here. You see this is the 5-2 and this is the 5-2 here. But other than that, basically lost the market on any of those rolls when I roll a double five, double six, or 6-5. Even if I'm not hit and I roll like a double six, it's like really bad. And double five and a 6-5 is okay. Okay, so that's what you want to think about. And also the gammon value, a doubled gammon is valuable for, let's see, the trailer. Look, at 5-way, 3-way, the trailer's gammon value on a 2 cube is elevated. So these extra gammons are going to be worth a lot. So you have to be careful. You don't have to necessarily memorize this, but understand that a doubled gammon gets you to Crawford, and that's a valuable score. And when that's the case, then the gammon value will be elevated on that 2 cube. Okay. And then this double three is something I didn't look at actually. I should have. The right play was to bring 2 in like that, resulting in this position. What this does is it still leaves a single blot, but it makes the third inner board point and the 5 point, and that's a very strong point. Okay, then the 3-1 was just hit and continue. And then the 5-2, this one was interesting because I hit and continued, did the pick and pass, but it looks like the best play was to run all the way. So this is the resulting position after the top play here. And this is the resulting position after the selected play. And this is the dice distribution. So this shows my resulting equity after the top play on the upper left and the selected play on the upper right. And this is after each of the 36 possible rolls by the opponent. For example, double one, 2-1, 3-1, and so forth, with an average column on the right. And this is the same thing for the second play, the selected play. Okay, and then in the panel on the lower left, this does the difference. So it takes the equity value in a given cell on the upper right from the selected play and subtracts that from the corresponding equity or the equity in the corresponding cell on the upper left. So that gives you a difference that tells you the swing. So turns out this play is better, especially with the 4s, 5s, and 6s. And in particular, oh, and this is color coded, so blue is good and red is bad. These two are on the same scale. And this one is color coded such that blue means it's better had you made play A, and red is better had you made play B. So 6-3 is only good after play B, but the 6-4, 6-5, and double fours are really good. And you can see that plotted here. You see there are more good rolls from me after the top play. And this is how they play. So going back to the position, say I made, let's look at the top play. Okay, now what happens with a 6-4? It's 20 to 10, so it plays here without hitting. Had I made this play, now the 6-4 comes in and hits. Okay, the next one is 6-5. Again, 6-5 comes in and hits here, but here it doesn't hit. And double four is also big. So after here, double four is 1, and then you're going to point on head there. Whereas here, you can't point on the head. Okay, so those are tough to see, but I find that this type of exercise is useful. And then we can look at like the following plays. So my next rolls turn out to be much better. So let's say for example I missed. I have good chances to do something here, but after this, what happens is I'm going to have to consolidate this, and the back checkers are rather disconnected. So this one leaves some connectivity, brings this out, but keeps this point intact, and that leaves a little bit of communication. So that's important. Okay. So that was the 5-2 this time, was just come out and lift, and the 6-4 was good. 4-2 hit, and it slightly preferred the 8-6, but those ones were close. And then this one was forced. There was nothing much I could do here. It was forced. Everything was pretty much forced. And the 5-1. Okay, like these safe play here. Just too many gammons. Increased by 4%, but the increase in winning percentage is only 1.5%. So not enough. You do have to play conservative, especially here when the gammon value is higher. And we saw that the gammon value for the trailer is elevated pretty significantly there. Okay, so then the 5-1 makes the point, slots the next one. 5-4, and things were getting really awkward. I had to play here, and then the 6-2 is out, and 3-1 couldn't move. 5-1 was forced. 5-2 was versely forced, and then I was in trouble. 2-1 couldn't really do anything here, and this is where I hit and lifted, just trying to save the gammon, and just coming out, and coming past, and just coming around to save the gammon. So that was the second game. Now in the third game, 6-4 run. 5-4 was good. I made the anchor, so now it's 3 away, 3 away. 5-3. You see, this was a little bit better than making 3 point. And then 5-4 was actually preferred doing this. That's a little hard to find. Okay. And then 4-3 hits and covers. Well, it looks like it's better to play safe here. But they're close. All right, so here I was looking at a cube. No, it wasn't quite a double. So let's see what I could have done to make it a double here. Like, what if these were escaped now? Still not a double. What if I bring a checker here? Now it becomes close. So this was quite a ways from a double. Okay. What about here? This was still not a double. And then in terms of the move, yeah, this was the right idea. 15-7 twice was not the right idea. But making the 5 point was the second choice. This resulted in this position, lots of landing spots, and that was the idea. So here it was a double. It was barely a double on the rollout, mainly because of the score. So let's look at it at different scores. So this is where I learn a lot about match play. So we'll start with unlimited money play. Up by 16, you don't have. See, this is the issue. If I have this here, yeah, that gained 2 pips in the race, but it's still a small no double. The thing is, you're trying to get to the Crawford game. So If it's the first game of a 5-point match, again, you can take easier in non-gammonish positions. So you don't want to do this. But if I'm ahead 4-way, now a single win on a 2-cube gets me to 2-away, which is a valuable score. So at 4-way, 5-way, it's barely a no double. What about 4-way, 4-way? Yeah, it's not a double because they have good recube leverage. But when you're trailing, yeah, still not a double at 4-way, 3-way. Interesting. And at 4-way, 2-way, interesting. It's not a double, but at 3-way, 3-way it was. And let's look at 3-way, 2-way. Yeah, so that's good because it gets you to the gammon save score. Okay, so when you're at a score where a single win on a 2-cube gets you to a valuable score like the Crawford game or wins it perfectly, you really want to double more aggressively there. And that's the idea. 3-away, 3-away. Okay. Then the 5-3 I just cleared. 6-1 was good. 2-1, just play safe. 5-3, those two plays were close. And then the 4-3, I had to play safe. The 4-1. And then the 9-5. Okay, so yeah. Oh, also the other one. What was this one? This was a blunder. You see, it leaves this awkward stack here, whereas mine didn't leave that. It was also reasonable to play 9-7 twice and make the ace point. Okay. Double 2. Oh wow. Ah, so like this, resulting in this position. That's one I did not look at. So this is going to win some. This actually wins more games, but fewer gammons. This one wins more gammons. Okay. And then the 2-1 was good because I get to get the odd checker off and unstack. Double 1 was great. 6-1 was cleared, and that was pretty much it. Then it was a Crawford game, 1-away, 3-away Crawford, and yeah, all these top plays were close. I was looking at this cross play, and hitting was even reasonable here. That's like a DMP-like score. Okay. Then the 6-4 was making the 4-point, making the 2 points. 13-3 was close. 5-4 was 13-4, and then the 5-3. I liked even 8-3, 6-3. Oh, because of those blots there. So yeah, you could afford to do this. Yeah, this play that I made does disconnect those back checkers a little bit. So now if white pops out, it's good outfield control. You want to still keep a little bit of outfield control when you have checkers back. Okay. So then the 5-2 was making the next point, and 6-3, same idea. 4-1, okay. Looks like it preferred minimizing shots here, even though it resulted in this awkward position. I kind of like this because if he goes out. Oh, but then what happens is these 4s are awkward here, but now I'm giving them good 4s there. Whereas here it's not. Okay. That makes sense. Couldn't come in. 4-1. It preferred making that slightly. Okay, that's fine. 6-4. Then I made the board. There. And nothing special here. Just save the gammon. And this one was just a free drop. Okay, and the last game, 6-2 was splitting, 5-3 hits, double 4 plays like that, making the 9 points. Then I got hit and couldn't come in. Then with the 6-1, just slot that point. Then the 5-4, these two are close. Okay. And then the 5-1 was hit and make the point. Double 6 was good, and the double 3 I stepped up and safety the other blot. And 6-3 just come out, and then the 3-2. Okay, I did prefer this hitting slightly at DMP. It does lose more gammons, but it doesn't matter at DMP. 6-1 was great. And then came around. The 4-2, it liked safetying here and playing 10-9. Okay, it's easier to kind of get things back. All right, then I came around here, and then I couldn't move. So here, that was pretty much it. So that was a 5-point match against XG. I like going through the positions, and there were some things to learn. Looking at the checker plays, looking at the cube actions, modifying them, looking at the dice distribution, changing the scores, comparing it to money. That's a good way to learn and see what happens. Looking at like gammon wins, gammon losses, and things like that. Gammon values depending on the score. So that was a good match. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.